Schiff, Democrat from California, is the chair of the House Intelligence Committee, and he joins me now. Congressman, what's your understanding of what today's announcement means in real terms?
In real terms, it means that we're not going to be deterred by the hypocrisy from the Republicans. We negotiated with them in good faith. Chairman Benny Thompson did a remarkable job, came to agreement with his ranking member, the Republican counterpart, on a commission, 5 Democrats, 5 Republicans, both parties necessary to prove a subpoena. And nonetheless, the Republicans said no. Mitch McConnell called in a personal favor with his Senate colleagues. Now, why on earth would you do that? Well, you showed why. Donald Trump doesn't want it to happen. And the Speaker took the next step, which is if you're not going to allow a commission, we're not going to simply turn away from this terrible tragedy. We're going to get to the bottom of it. And so she's established or will establish a select committee to conduct this investigation to find out what went into this insurrection. Why didn't we see it coming? What was the status of the intelligence? Was it shared? Why were we so ill prepared on that day? And most important, how do we protect ourselves from something like this in the future?
This is almost a banal point, but I think it's worth mentioning because I don't know if people know this, right? So the two options on the table, the bipartisan commission, the math of it was 5 and 5, equal numbers, and that was the 9/11 commission. And what's significant about that is that, committees in Congress, for instance, the majority holds a majority. When the majority holds a majority, they can kind of do what they want as long as they hold the caucus together on all the business of the committee. A bipartisan commission, you set up a situation where you must find consensus, right? You have to have everyone kind of get together, and that was the model, right? So one offer to the Republicans was share power as equals, and they said no. So now they're going to get a committee where they're in the minority and don't have the same power. Like, how do you understand why they have chosen that?
Well, it is pretty remarkable because it's a big leap of faith when you're in the majority to say, let's do a commission. It will be 50-50.
Yes.
And frankly, if you're not operating in good faith, you can stop the commission by refusing to grant any subpoena. So that was a remarkable, expression, I think, of goodwill. And more than that, commitment to do this the way it should be done. And the Republicans said no. And the reason they said no is they don't want it done. They're afraid that it will show complicity among their members in propagating the big lie, in creating the environment for that insurrection. Whatever their fears are, they don't want this to see the light of day. And most particularly, Donald Trump doesn't. And they are nothing if not the party, the cult of Donald Trump. So the result, yes, is there will be a select committee. They will be in the minority in a select committee. We are nonetheless going to try, whoever the Speaker appoints to this, to conduct this in an objective way, to get to the truth, to have a thorough and objective report. What the Republicans will do for their side, I don't know, but I think we have to assume that it won't be operating in good faith, but we can try. That's all we can do. Well, we can't walk away from responsibility.
The last big select committee, I think, on people's minds, the Benghazi Select Committee that the House Republican majority impaneled, very famously had Hillary Clinton testifying for 11 hours. Also very famously, Kevin McCarthy touted it in this very instrumental fashion as being essentially conjured to push down her poll numbers for Hillary Clinton. What are the lessons from that select committee?
Well, I was on that select committee. I was actually on 2 investigations of Benghazi. The first was done by the House Intelligence Committee, and it was bipartisan. And it debunked all these conspiracy theories about Hillary Clinton and about the security and allegations that she'd interfered with it somehow. We debunked that on a bipartisan basis, as did 6 or 7 other bipartisan committees. But that wasn't the answer that Kevin McCarthy wanted. So he pushed for a select committee that would be a purely political instrument. That is not the situation here. Here, we tried for the bipartisan commission.
Right.
They've rejected it so far. We still want this done right, but it has to get done. And it will have to get done right as a select committee unless they come to their senses and embrace a truly bipartisan commission.
All right, Congressman Adam Schiff, who did serve on that Benghazi Select Committee those many years ago. Thanks for making time tonight.
Thank you.